Next, we have something called as strlen. So strlen method is used to find length of the given string. So strlen never ever counts your last null character. It is countable by ignore character. It will not include null character. So what is the length of the string? So if you want to know how what is the length, length is nothing but in our terms it's something, it is not measurable, it is not a measurable thing. But here when you are talking about strlen counts how many number of characters we have in your input which you have given. Okay, for example, I have two variables s1 and s2 with some message hello and welcome. If I can know, if I can find the length of s1 or length of s2, that is my choice. So how do I write strlen of s1? And always remember, strlen returns an integer value because length is only integer. It can't be float. You can't have a value like 2.5 or 3.5. It should be rounded off. So always strlen will count how many number of input characters are present in the given variable which you are passing to the method strlen. So how I'll write the message s1 equals to hello and I'll write s2 equals to welcome. I simply write printf percentile d. Because why I'm writing percentile d? I said that strlen always returns an integer value. That's the reason I write printf percentile d. I can write directly strlen of s1. So how many number of characters we have? So don't include your null. strlen will ignore the null value and it will count number of characters. So here we have 5. So your return value will for this method will be 5. So strlen is a method to find the length of the given string. Length is nothing but you're finding how many number of input characters are there for that variable which you have designed. Okay. So now the next one we have strcpy. strcpy is a method to copy contents of one string to another. For example, I have a string s1 equals to Tom, and if I have an s2 equals to toy, okay, if I write strcpy of s1 comma s2, whatever the contents you have in s2 are replaced with the contents of s1. See, when you do strcat, you are combining the contents of s1 and s2, but they are reflected in the variable s1. Now, when you are using strcpy, obviously the associativity is again from right to left. Now, what happens is whatever the contents you have in s2, they will be automatically replaced with the contents of s1. Here you are doing the replacing of character. Suppose s1 was empty, and if you have only defined whatever the contents you have in s2, that will be reflected in s1. That is, you are making a duplicate copy. If your destination is an empty string, you are making a duplicate of your original contents. Suppose if your destination is already having some contents, your source information is repeating. Okay, so strcpy, if I do this, what happens now? You will have your s1 with a value called as toy. That is nothing but strcpy. So here we also have one more. I'll just show you that. First, I'll complete the basic thing. Then I will show you by showing one example. Next, we have strrev. strrev is a method to find the reverse of a given string. If I have a method s1 is equals to some by, if I write strrev of s1, I get the message as eyb. So it's nothing but you are doing the reverse of the given input. So you have a direct method in order to find the reverse of a given string. You can use a method called as strrev. Now we have the next one, strlwr. LWR is nothing but string lower. It's upper character. Okay. If your input is upper character, the contents will be modified to lower. str, the LWR converts an uppercase input to lowercase. Similarly, we also have str, upr. It's reverse of this. A lowercase input is converted to uppercase. Okay, so str LWR always converts the input of upper characters to lowercase, and str UPR always converts the lower characters into uppercase. So these are the 5 things actually, like what I mentioned. The first one is CAT, that is strcat, concatenate. strcpy to copy the contents of one string to another. You have strupr for conversion of lower upper to lower. We have strlwr from lower to upper. We have strrev to find the reverse of a given string. We also have the method strcmp. strcmp is to compare the contents of both the given input strings. For example, strcmp is very important. So what we do is, for example, I have a method strcmp. It is nothing but comparison. So strcmp is purely a case sensitive control string. What do I mean by a case sensitive string is, suppose if I have S1 with the contents as high and I also have S2 with the contents as high. As a user, if you want to pronounce the contents of S1, you pronounce it as high, and if you want to pronounce RCMP on S1 comma S2, what does it do is, your CMP will take the difference of ASCII values of the first string and the second string. When you compare S1 and S2, if the ASCII difference of these two strings are equal to 0, then by default it understands both the strings are equal. Okay, now, but we all know that the ASCII value of capital H is different from the ASCII value of small h is different from capital H. So if I do S1 comma S2, if I find the difference of S1 and S2, you will get a non-negative number. Or if it is a H1 capital minus small, you get a negative number. If it is small minus capital, you get a positive. So other than 0, if you get any value, it understands both the strings are not equal. So you also have a function called str ICMP. I stands for ignore the case. str ICMP, what does it do is, CMP is for comparison. I is ignore the case. That is, you are going to ignore whether it is capital letter or small letter. In this case, if I apply this function strcmp of S1 comma S2, I still get the message as equal. But if I use strcmp and I find strcmp of S1 and S2, I get the message as not equal. So we have ICMP. I stands for ignore your case. Ignore means nothing but it will treat all the letters. I mean, it will ignore the what is the case of that given input character. Either it is uppercase or lowercase, it is going to have a predefined ASCII value. And in that case, you get the resultant value as equal. So 1 second, I'll just show you that. I'm just showing you all the functions. So if I give, so it is asking for enter S1 and S2. So let's give hello and I'll give bye. So you'll have in S1 as hello and bye. The contents of S2 are appended with S1. So you can do it in reverse order also. If I give here S2 comma S1, whatever the contents you have in S1, they will be automatically appended with S2. And this is not S1, this will be S2 now. So you get bad and good. This is strcat. So you also can find strlen. As I mentioned, strlen or get 5. Okay. Okay, we have to read 2 strings. No? So I get 5 because HELLO is only 5 characters. I'm finding S1. Here I didn't change, that's all. So next we also have, as I told, strcpy. Okay. And here you can write S1 equals 2 and S1 comma S2. Now whatever the contents you have in S2, that will be automatically replaced in S1 if you are going to read. So 1 second, because I give percentile B there, I should give percentile S. So S1 is also replaced with the characters as W. So next I told strcmp. Okay. So I can write here if str, because I told that in strcmp we are finding the condition check there, whether the ASCII difference of both the values are equals to 0, you print it as equal, otherwise we print it as not equal. strcmp of S1 comma S2, if it is okay, if it is equals to 0, then you can simply say a message like printf equals strings, otherwise printf n equal. Okay, so strcmp, what does it do is, now it is going to compare the contents of S1 with S2 and it is going to take the ASCII difference of S1 and S2. If the ASCII difference of S1 and S2 are equal to 0, definitely you get the message as equal, otherwise you get the message as not equal. So hello, welcome. So it is not equal. Suppose if I give both the strings as similar, what does happen? Hi, hi. So even the pronunciation is same, capital H and small h are not having the equal ASCII value. That's the reason you got not equal. For example, I give hi and I give hi, I get equal because the ASCII difference of both the character inputs are similar. Now in order to achieve this, ICMP, so I'll give small hi, okay, hi, here you'll get. So that is the difference between ICMP and CMP. ICMP will ignore the case sensitive of the input, whatever is given. So hope everyone observed that. Okay. So you also have different functions actually. I will show you. So this everyone observed, I guess, ICMP and CMP rule. So we'll delete this. Printf S1 is equals to percentile S, comma STR LWR of S1. So if you are giving uppercase as input, definitely it will be converted to lower. Hello. So you can see S1 is, because I'm applying STR LWR on S1, the capital contents are converted to small letters. Now I can use here UPR. So BYE is small, it has been converted to capital. Now you have one more thing here, STR NCPY. STR NCPY. What does NCPY will take is, it is going, CPY is for copy, N is talking about how many number of characters. We can also specify if you don't want to completely copy the contents of one source, one input string to another, you can also specify how many number of character inputs you can copy. And N is an integer. So here I'll define int. When I read the strings, you can write printf enter number of characters. Then scanf cntd address of n. Now strncpy, now it will take three things. S1 comma S2 comma n. Now what does this mean is, first it will substitute, like let me explain. So what does this do is actually, so for example, I have in S1 as WEL. Okay, suppose let's take in this you have WELCOME. Okay, now I will pass n. Let's take, I have passed n as, for example, 2. Now what does this method do? S1 comma S2 comma n. N is talking about number of characters. What is that? 2. So the first 2 characters of S2 will be automatically copied into S1. So what happens now? What are the first 2 characters? WE. So here we have same, right? So we'll do one thing. I'll take it as CL. Okay, CLL call. Now, what are the first 2 characters here? C. So the first 2 characters will be automatically replaced with WE, and you get the message as CL. Okay, you can see here now. So I'll give HVLLO hello, and I'll give CHVLK chalk. Okay, it is asking me how many number of characters. So I'll say 2. So 2 means your S2 has things as chalk, CHALK. First 2 characters as CH. Now CH has to be replaced. You can see CHLLO. Can you observe everyone? So how this came? Hope you understood, but still. So what I had in HELLO is my S1 and my S2 is CHALK. So what I told n value is 2. Now this is S2. So what does this mean? The first 2 characters of S2 should be copied or replaced into S1. What are those first 2 characters? CH. Now that will be replaced with the first 2 characters of S1. So you get the message as CHLLO. That's the same thing you got here. Okay, so you also have the method called as strncpy. N is nothing but you can select how much you want to copy. Okay, even concatenation also we have. strncat also here. strncat. Okay, it is used to concatenate how many number of characters. So hello. What should I write? Hello Tom. Tommy. Okay, I'll write 3. So I get the messages hello Tom. Okay, so even you can use strn for your cat, that is ncat. Okay, so these are the different types of string handling functions which are very important. So definitely expected question in strings. Explain about different string handling functions. Okay, so what are all those you'll write? If you write extra, it will be benefited. Like in strcat, you will write concatenation and you also write ncat. It is more helpful. In strcpy, you will write a normal copy function and also you write ncpy copy function. You also write strlen, strldr, strupr, strcpy, str. Okay, CPY is done, right? Str CMP. You write str ICMP also. It's good. Which ignores the case. And length lower upper. You also write str REV. REV is to find the reverse of the given string. Everyone understood with string handling functions? Anyone has any doubt? Let me know. I'll give you 1 minute time. Just think if you have any doubt. Otherwise, I'll go with the next thing. You can text if you have any more doubts. Everyone understood with string handling functions? So in strings, we have something called, without using string handling functions, we have like find the length of a string without using. This is one program which you are expected. Okay. Copy the contents of one string to another. Okay, string reverse. Find the number of characters in a given string. I think that is nothing but length of the string, right? Find number of vowels and consonants. They will ask you to convert the given string from lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase. This is another program. Copy, reverse, length, vowels, consonants. They may ask you number of characters, number of special characters, special characters, numericals. How many in a given string? Find the number of characters, special characters, and numericals. So these are the basic expected programs on your string. If you did not get string handling functions, this might be the option. But maximum time they'll ask you string handling functions. But it is better if you see these things. Anyone want me to explain any of these programs? Only if I say, anyone want me to explain these programs? Let me know any of these programs. Okay. Anyone want me to explain any program? Lower to upper. Okay. So if I'll tell you how to convert a lowercase to uppercase, you can try the uppercase to lowercase. Okay. It's very simple. I'll tell you. So I'll just give me 1 minute of time. So don't worry. If you don't know the range of your ASCII characters of lowercase ASCII character ranges from 97. Okay, 97 to 122. If you don't know also, we can do this method. Okay, simply what I'm doing is, if you observe, okay, I'll just show you that. One second. I'll tell you what is the 32 mean also. Okay. Why I'm taking 32, I'll tell you. See, what is happening is, I'll just tell you, the ASCII value of capital A is 65. The ASCII value of small a is 65 plus 32. They are differed by 32 characters, that is 97. So what am I doing? If my input is small, I will subtract 32 in order to get capital letters from any character. If the B ASCII value is 98, 98 minus 32 will be giving me the capital B value. Similarly, for example, my input character is capital A. I want to convert into a small a. So capital A value is how much? 65. 65 plus 32 will give me small a value. Again, 66 plus 32 will give me small b value. That is only the logic here. Whatever the input character I have in STR, I am okay, this is S1, right? Sorry, by mistake. So S1 of I, whatever the input character at I, for example, just a second. Let me change this, otherwise you'll get confused. Okay, right, STR I wrote, no, I'll take it as STR only. So what is happening exactly in this logic is, now I have given you want to convert a lowercase letters to uppercase. So I have a message like HALL. Okay, so I'm reading the string. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. I told already your string is nothing but a character array. That's all. So first I'll check at location 0. STR of 0 is not equal to null because we know that the last character will be automatically appended with null value. As it is not null, what I want to convert this small h have to be converted to capital H. So your the difference between small letters and capital letters are differed by 32 characters. So what will I do? STR of I minus 32. So when I say that, this h ASCII value is taken and it will be subtracted with 32. Then I'll get capital H. Similarly, for example, I have here capital H and I'm finding small h. So I'll do what? This character plus 32 will give me small h. That's all. That is only the thing. So there is no need to worry about your range if you don't know. Okay. So we'll see that. You'll understand. So here, STR, let me make it to STR. And here STR of file is not value, so places extra s. Okay. Instead of S1, I'm printing STR. Okay, I'm reading S1. Not declared I. So I'm giving S1 input, HE. Okay, we are converting small to low upper, right? So you can see here the new string is uppercase. Now same way here, if I make it to plus 32, a lowercase letters can this. If I do plus 32, it is lower. Uppercase is converted to lower. Okay, this range I have to write, right? Capital A. This is also capital Z. So that loop never happened, so I got the message same. So I get it as HELLO. Okay, you are only finding the range. If your range of characters are in between capital letters and small, then it will. For example, I have like this. So if my input is combination, okay, wherever I have capital, that will be converted. The remaining remains same. I'll get help. Understood? Someone asked me this program. Clear? Anyone want any program else? Any another program? Understood? Some Aman Jolly. Have you understood the program or not? Yes. Okay. Still, anyone want me to explain any another program? Of course, I'll send you the programs which are important anyhow. But you want anything else? I mean, which you want to discuss so that it will be clear for you, which you don't know, like copy length or something like that. So if you are finding how many number of characters, how many number of numericals, or how many number of special symbols, you can do in the same way, like this. If str of I is and, or here you can write logical or relation. And here you can make it a small a to the small z. Then you can print input is character. This is your finding. Okay, only one letter, not the string it is. But can use here else if here C is CR is greater than equals to 0, str is less than equals to 9, then print it's a digit. But other than this, it is a special symbol. This is more than enough. So CH, okay, this also I need to change. So if I give A, I should get, okay, I'm not printing now. I gave right. str is, okay. No, I'm not getting output. Char str, okay. str if it is greater than or equals to A and str is less than equal to Z, let me check what happened to this. Working, something happened. Okay. This is address of symbol E. So input is character. Suppose if I give as 9, I get in just digit. Other than that, whatever I give, like at the, okay. Nothing happened. Okay, other than that, whatever I give, I'll get it as, suppose it, why is so? Okay. So other than that, if I give plus, it is a special symbol, so I get it as special symbol. That's all. Okay, these are the things which you have to remember. So I guess no one has any doubt with strings. Let's talk about the next concept, that is nothing but pointers. So if you are done with pointers, then we can go functions with arrays, functions with pointers, and everything. Okay. So first of all, understand what is a pointer. So pointer is nothing but you call it as a memory reference variable. Okay. We call it as a memory reference variable. So reference variable. So always a pointer points to the memory address. It is not pointing to another variable, it is pointing to the address of, it doesn't store. One more important point, pointer will not store the address of another variable. It's only our assumption, pointer always points to the address of another variable. So you can define your pointer as integer pointer, character pointer, floating point pointer, array pointer. It's your choice. Your pointer will can be defined in any different form. So what is a pointer is? Pointer points to the memory address of another variable. Why you are calling it as pointer? Because it is capable of pointing to the address. Whenever someone is having the reference of anything, we call it as a pointer. That is only the thing or definition. So generally pointer takes a syntax as data type followed by pointer name variable. This is the basic syntax of your pointer, data type followed by this, you call it as dereference operator. And you will have a pointer variable. So now basically on pointers we'll have the concepts which are combined with pointers to functions, that is called by reference. You'll be having a pointer to an array. How do you pass the complete array to a pointer? Okay, from one reference location to another reference location. So one thing you have to remember in pointers is, can we use pointers? Can we apply pointers on arithmetic operations or not? Is the first important question. Yes, pointers can be applied on different arithmetic operators, and which are allowed and which are not allowed. So for example, I'll write a statement in star P1. Whenever I read this, you people might be seeing it now in your DS, but whenever I do this P1, actually P1 is a pointer which is having two different things. As you do that in your data structure, you are calling it as a node, where you have a node with two things. One will have a value and the other one will have the reference value, that is address. Now, whenever I create a star P1, it is very similar, which is acting as a node. Actually, your star P1 is capable of holding two different things. Okay, your star P1 will hold two different things. What are those? So your star P1 is divided as P1 and star P1. P1 will always has, or it always points to the address of the memory location which you are going to define or which you are going to assign for P1, and star will always hold the value at that memory location. So P1 is always pointing to the address and star P1 will have the value at that location. So what do we have is, when I say a term in star P1 and I have a variable a is equals to 10, okay, I say that P1 is equal to address of A. It doesn't mean that P1 is holding to address of A. It means that P1 is pointing to the memory location of A. So what happens is, here two things are defined. A is a normal variable which holds a value as 10. Whenever you are storing any variable on your memory, definitely the memory will be allocated for that particular variable. So let's take this address as 1000. Now I have another variable which is nothing but you're calling it as a pointer, that is nothing but P1. When I define star P1, it is divided as two things as I mentioned now. That is nothing but it has one value as P1 and the other one will be as star P1. So P1 is pointing to the address where P1 is holding the address. Star always has. See, that's the reason we are calling star as dereference. This is address, this is dereference. Means whatever the value you have at this location is pointed by star P1. So that is nothing but you will get the value. So when I do this, okay, now what happens? Now this P1 is also having 2000. Now when I do this statement, P1 will have address at this location 1000. Now, what does star P1 has? Because we said P1 is pointing to address of A, so P1 will automatically have the memory address of A, that is 1000. What does star P1? Star is nothing but value at that location. What is P1 pointing to? P1 is pointing to 1000. What do we have in 1000? 10. So you get here as 10. This is a small concept, but it has many things to be understood. Why exactly this is happening? So star is always acting as a dereference operator, while P1 is acting as a reference operator to the pointed variable. So these pointers basically are categorized as three types. Okay, you have a pointer. We also have a double pointer. We also have a triple pointer. Okay, pointers are basically categorized or created as three different ways. One is pointer, double pointer, and triple pointer. So, pointer always points to address of a variable. Pointer always points to address of a variable. Now, when you're talking about double pointer, double pointer always points to address of another pointer. Now, when you're talking about triple pointer points to address of double pointer. Even your double is pointing to pointer or your triple is pointing to double, finally your reference is a pointer only. Okay, where your pointer points, that you will be getting at the end of the day. So how will you understand this concept you see now? Now I'll create, this is pointer creation. This is double pointer. This is triple pointer. And we have a normal variable a, some with the value as 20. Okay, so I have a way and like this. A, its value is 20. Let's take its reference as, I'll use some other color. Let's take it as 1000. Okay, I have a P1 that is a pointer. Definitely it is created in the memory. So let's take it has with an address 2000. Okay, but we know that this is divided as two things. I have a double pointer. So let's take it as 3000. Now I have another pointer, triple pointer. Again, it also has, any pointer has two things. As I told, how a node is having, how you create the nodes with the data and the, that is nothing but the values and the address, the same thing that happens with pointers. So let's define its address as some 4000. Okay, this is your declaration of the variables in your memory. Now, what exactly happens? You see now. Now we know that P1 is a pointer which points to a variable. So P1 will have address of A. P2 is a double pointer which is pointing to address of P1 because P1 is a pointer. P3 is a triple pointer which points to address of P2. Now by seeing this references, you have to understand what is a pointer, what is a double pointer, what is a triple pointer. Now fill the data. What does P1 contain? We know that address of A and the other one is value, right? We have two things as I mentioned. So this is P1, this is star P1, this is P2, this is star P2, this is P3, this is star P3. Okay, now fill. So P1, what does P1 contain? Address of A. What is address of A? It is 1000. What is star? Reference. What value at that low? What do we have in 1000? It is 20. So what does P2 points to? P2 points to address of P1. So P2 will have address of P1 is 2000. So I don't want to talk about this value. No, I just don't want to say that. Now what does P3 has? Address of P2. So it will have 3000. Now when I print star star P2, okay, what do I get? Will I get 20 or will I get 1000? So this you have to explain when they ask you to write about classification of your pointers. So pointer definition, what is a pointer, what is a double pointer, and what is a triple pointer. So you can divide like this if you get confused. Star star P2. Divide them. P2 means what? Address of P1. P1 is 2000. What is value at 2000 we have? It is only 1000. Okay, this means what? Value, right? 1000. When I say star of 1000, what is value in 1000 we have? 20. This is the thing that happens internally actually. You can see once again for P3, I'll explain you. So now let's talk about P3. You are finding star, star. So this is the way or a method to learn the concept actually. What is P3? P2. What is P2 address? 3000. So let me 1 second, I'll erase this part so that it will. So P3 is 3000. Star of 3000. What is value in 3000? It is 2000 only. Okay, it is only 2000. Here you get it as 2000. Star of 2000. What do we have in star of 2000? 1000. Now star of 1000. What do we have in 1000? 20. So I get here as 20. Okay, so this is the thing that exactly happens. Even it is a double, triple, finally, you are referring to the original contents only. Okay, indirectly with the help of another pointer. So this is about the pointer classification. Everyone understood this? Anyone has any doubt with these three concepts? Pointer, what is pointer actually? What is a double pointer? What is a triple pointer? Okay, it will be very good if they ask you to classify the pointers with example. You have to clearly explain them this concept. Anyone has any doubt with this? If not, I'll go with the next thing. Okay, so I assume that you understood if you don't respond. So let me take the next one, add pointer arithmetic. So yes, can we add pointers? Yes. Can I subtract pointers? Yes. Can I multiply pointer? Yes. Can I divide pointer? Yes. Can I do modulus pointer? Yes. But what is my question? It's not on pointers, it is on dereference pointer. You can do all this. Like if I say you can do these things, star P1 plus star P2 is allowed because star is nothing but it is dereference, it is nothing but you're talking about value. Then you can do star P1 minus star P2. Yes, we can do star P1 into P2. We can divide P2. We can find modulus P2. This is fine because star is talking about the values. So whenever you have something as values, or whenever you have, you can apply different operations on your value. You can apply your comparison rules. You can apply your conditional statements. Everything you can do. But when you say pointers, we have one more thing to be noted, that is I can't do P1 plus P2. I can't do P1 divided P2. I can't do P1 modulus P2. So the one and only one operator that is allowed to perform on your pointers is P1 minus P2. This is allowed. So why can't we do P1 plus P2, or why can't we divide, or why can't we multiply is P1 and P2 are not normal variables. They are the reference variables, or they are the memory variables. So we can't add, we can't divide, we can not do multiplication, or we cannot apply modulus operator on pointer here. But we can subtract, because for example, assume in my memory, I have only 1000 addresses. Okay, think my memory is small. In my memory, I have only 1000 addresses. Already P1 is pointing to location 0. Okay, or let's take it is pointing to 100. And P2 is pointing to the last memory locations. It is nothing but let's take it as 1000. Now, if I try to do this, P1 plus P2, it is illegal, right? Because in my memory, I have only 1000, but you are referring to a memory locations which is beyond your range. 1000 plus 100 gives 11. 1100 is not a memory address in my system itself. Okay, so this is illegal to apply because it will become, there's a chance or a scope you are referring to a non-reference location. Even division is not possible because if my first location is 0, something divided by 0, it's an illegal thing, right? Divide by 0 is not possible, right? Modulus, ignorable case. And if I do product, obviously 1000 into 100, it gives me 10,000 again somewhere, which is again beyond my range. But always your difference of pointer is nothing but you will have your memory locations within your space. Okay, you know, difference is nothing but the value which is existing in between the range. So, but what does a difference operator in pointer does is pointer difference will take the difference. Like for example, I have A as 10, B as 20, P1 is pointing to A and P2 is pointing to B. Let's take this address is 1000, this address is 1004 if they are integers. If I try to do P2 minus P1, what does it do is it will take the difference of these two, difference of address divided by number of bytes of data type. This is the thing that happens. So what is difference? 1004 minus 1000 is 4. As A and B are integers, they occupy how many bytes of memory? 4 bytes. So it is 1. So P2 and P1 are differed by how many memory blocks? Only 1. So this is the internal thing that happens. Okay, pointer difference is not finding only the difference, but when you do the difference operator on pointers, it will divide that number by how many number of bytes does that memory, how that variable occupies. If it is integer, by 4. If it is float, it will take it as 8. If it is character, it will take it as 1. You can see that. Just fast, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I'll just print the address of that also. Printf, what does that? What is the address P1 is holding? Percentile U. So U is unsigned number as it is an address. Even printf P2 is equals to percentile U, comma P2. You can see what is exactly they're holding. So you can see here, it is given P1 address as last 4 digits is 7564 and P2 is taking 7560. 7564 minus 7560 gives you 4 bytes. So 4 by 4 is nothing but it is 1 byte. So when I do P1 minus P2, I'm getting it as 1. You can see I'll take one more variable. Let's take star P3 and give it as C is equals to 20. Okay, now I can write here P3 is equals to address of C. I can write here P1 minus P3 and I'll show you. Now it will be 2 bytes. Okay, this is the third variable which is referred. Continuous memory locations. So now you can see here 7556 minus, 556. Okay, I'm not printing P3. Okay, what is P3 is P1 minus P3. So P1 address is 5566 and P3 is holding as 548. So 5556 minus 48 gives you how many bytes of memory? 8. So 8 by 4, which is giving you the return value as 2. So the one and only one operator that is allowed on pointer is addition, sorry, subtraction. Okay, but I can do this star P1 plus star P3. This is possible. The values will be added. So 44 I got. Why? Because A value is 24 and C value is 20. I'll get 44. So, but one thing, when you do division operator, you should have space. Otherwise, it is treated as comment. So there should be a space in between division and this. So I'll get some rounded value 1 or something. I'll get 1. Okay. So this is about your pointer arithmetic. Okay. So anyone has any doubt with the concepts which are related to pointer? So you'll be having in pointers with call by reference, arrays, and character pointers. If these three are done, then that's it. Expected questions on your pointers. Anyone has any doubt with the things which are explained today? All of you have received your recording sessions and the programs which I have shared yesterday to your CRs. Still you did not receive. I just want to confirm that. Everyone received? Okay. I have shared all the things till yesterday to your class CRs. So once this is done, so tomorrow also you will be having a session so that I can complete my pointers and then we can talk about files, which is important, files and command line arguments. So then I think all the concepts are covered. Structures also, right? Tomorrow we can discuss structures, functions, arrays, and pointers. Okay. So I'll share the important programs to you. No need to worry about that. Any doubt, let me know. I'll give you 2 minutes time. I just want to know if you have any doubts or any concepts to be discussed by me. I will also discuss them also. You can type it in your comment section. I'll just wait for your comments. Anyone has any doubts, which concept, any concepts you want me to discuss, I'll just discuss regarding that. I'll take 2 minutes time. Let me know. After that, I'll end. Tomorrow you'll be having the session in the morning hours only. Okay. I'll just share the timings. Okay, hope everyone no doubts. So let me end. So tomorrow we can see functions to pointers and arrays. Then we'll talk about structures. Then we have files and command line. This will be done with your